Welcome back to TV3 New Day. You know that every year on the 11th of November, there's a special occasion that happens. Fathers and uncles and brothers and sisters who have occasion to serve with the colors celebrate what they call the World Poppy Days all over the world. But we're starting the conversation ahead and we're footnoting it with some conversations around patriotism. Also, we're looking at national development and commitment and loyalty to state, and also looking at how to together build this nation state called Ghana. I've been joined by two gentlemen in studio, the Executive Director of the Veterans Administration of Ghana, Captain B.E. Dia, and retired, and also XW1 Bright Segbefia is the PRO of VAG. Gentlemen, welcome. Good morning, sirs.
Thank you.
How are you doing, sir? Captain, how are you? You look very well.
Thank you. By the grace of God.
Thank you. And W,
I'm fine.
always a pleasure to see you.
Thank you. Thank you.
How are the folks at the administration doing? Captain?
Very well. There's a lot of improvement in the lives of the veterans, and we're trying to make it even better.
Right.
Yes.
I see. This year, we will mark another International Poppy Day or World Poppy Day. What are we to look forward to?
As we mark this year's Poppy Day, we are expecting Ghanaians to be more conscious and join in the celebration of this Poppy Day. Because all that goes into it is to appreciate those who made some sacrifices for us to be enjoying today. And I think it's an obligation on everybody to show that appreciation, that some people, some Ghanaians, joined other counterparts around the world to make the sacrifice. Some died, some got maimed, a few were lucky and returned. But we should show our appreciation to all these people for making that sacrifice for us to enjoy the peace today. Hitherto, the world was not like this.
Right.
The world knew of wars. It's not a question of whether the person has done something against you or not, but you want to dominate him, and you go to war, beat him up, gather his wealth, and you become the boss. The white man came here, dominated us, and they were still thinking of more domination. But finally, this war, which brought about the poppy, silence all those things. It came with the League of Nations first. When the League of Nations couldn't achieve the ultimate result of stopping these wars, there was a Second World War, and we had the United Nations, which I think has succeeded in stopping the various wars that we were experiencing in this world.
Right.
And giving us the opportunity to work in peace without thinking of tomorrow another group getting up to attack you. Now we are governed more or less by rules and regulations.
That's right.
And I think that's the greatest achievement this United Nations has brought. But before that, some people made those sacrifices. And we are saying we should all join hands in appreciating and recognizing their contribution.
W, how do we appreciate and recognize them? Do we give them money? Do we give them houses? Do we buy them new cars, get them roads, or give them food every day? How do we appreciate them?
The appreciation comes when Ghanaians patronize the poppy.
Okay.
The wearing of the poppy starts from the last Friday of October, every October. That is when the wearing of the poppy starts.
Right.
And ends on the 11th of November. 11th of November is when religious services and military parades are held across the Commonwealth countries to honor the fallen heroes and also to encourage the living, the soldiers that know their sacrifices, the public is there to support them. So when you patronize the poppy, we don't put a price tag on it. You give us anything in accordance with your or might. Any amount of money that you donate to this goes a long way to helping them.
Where can we get the puppies?
The puppies can be got from the various regional headquarters of VAC as well as the district branches. VAC has 10 regional branches and 110 district offices. So in all this, as we speak, our district officers are trying to get to the various schools, particularly the public ones, because we realize that knowledge among pupils of public schools is almost nil in comparison with what we have observed with
private schools.
When you go to private schools, knowledge is very high among them because of the fact that they are British curriculum-based schools. And they are taught the history of the First and Second World Wars. And in teaching the history of the First and Second World Wars, you cannot take away knowledge or lesson on the puppy.
I see.
But in our schools, public schools, I think the teaching of history is now a thing of the past.
So you're concerned about that as well.
The patronage of the puppy is where your contribution is very, very
Captain,
paramount.
as executive director of the VAG, I'm interested in the question of loyalty and patriotism. You often will find people asking, what has my country done for me? I'm looking for a job, I'm this, that. But nobody keeps talking about what they can contribute to the country. Growing up, what was the story? And if you like to mirror it to what's happening now.
Yes, it's a very sad story to tell. It's sad to note that in Ghana today, people are not talking about patriotism or loyalty.
Why is that?
They are talking about self.
Why is that?
That's the most unfortunate part. I can't explain. Probably you are with the youth and you may be able to explain. But it's wrong. We should love the nation so that the nation in turn can help all of us. But if it becomes individualistic, as we found today, the person becomes greedy, he becomes selfish, he becomes corrupt. Whilst in the olden days, it was a different story. How can I showcase myself as somebody willing and prepared to die for my country? And you feel proud. That's why I get so much enthused about the puppy. That it's only to show that you care about the sacrifices some people made. You appreciate their contribution to the nation. You appreciate their sacrifices and their patriotism. Why are we allowing to die?
Well, somebody would argue that, look, we've seen the young people who want to join the immigration service, fire service, the military, long queues, and then they tell them, oh, you are short, you have stretch marks, you have tattoo, you have K-legs, you have this, you have that. They are willing to serve, but those blockades are put, before them, and they say that is also a disincentive. What do you say to that? As the man who has served before.
The number of people wanting to join the army today, it's not like the number of people wanting to join in our days. The number is overwhelming. And they have to put in some measures to control it, because the armed forces of Ghana, for instance, can't take all the people that want to join. No, we should leave some for the other sectors of the society. And therefore, they put in measures to make sure that they get almost the best out of the chunk. And that's why these measures...
For you, Captain, and I'll come to WO shortly, but for you, Captain, because you have spoken about patriotism, that they should be for the nation, loyalty, and just not for self, the nation first. For that young person who may have queued up to look for security service job, and for one reason or the other, they are not enlisted or recruited, what should they do? Where should they place their loyalty? Should their loyalty vanish into thin air, or should they still hold it up?
No, not at all. Because they themselves should realize that not everybody can join the army. Why are they going to be trained? The training goes with the other facilities. Who is going to get those facilities? Will the nation be prepared to put everybody into the armed forces? No. Certainly, some people have to go to other fields. And there should be some form of selection. And that one, I think the individual himself should realize that once you apply to enter, it doesn't mean that you will go through. There are people who enter and later have a lot of regrets. That's nature. You go in, you never anticipated that it would be like this during the training. Like you enter military academy and they tell you, you are not going to see anything normal after crossing this line.
Wow.
And indeed, you enter and you realize that nothing is normal. So you might not have anticipated this, but you go and meet it. You have some regrets. Some people try to enter, they do not get admission, and they have regrets. These are bound to happen.
Should we be using height as a requirement in this day and age when intelligence is more central in the provision of security?
It depends on what area the person wants to go and serve.
Okay.
For instance, there are certain areas you wouldn't need at the opposite height to be seen.
Okay.
In other areas, you need somebody with a huge structure to intimidate people even before they
see.
succumb to arrest.
I get it now.
Yes.
W, let me wrap up this conversation with you. So how can we, beyond buying the puppy, support those of our fathers, uncles, and brothers who have served, who for one reason or the other were maimed or were handicapped? Is there a number to call? How do we donate to support our veterans who have served?
Yes.
And sacrificed?
If you want to get some information about the purchase or sale of the puppy, you can reach out to us on this number.
Okay.
0244 541464.
Say that again, please.
0244 541464.
Okay.
And this year, the administration of VAC has decided to develop its clinic at Amasaman, Legion Village. I'm sure you know that.
Right.
Into a polyclinic.
Oh, okay.
Yes. A polyclinic so that we can take care of the team number of our comrades.
Right.
Because we realize that there is congestion at 37, which has become virtually a public facility.
That's right, because you're sharing it.
Yes, so we think that when we get them this facility at Amasaman Legion Village, they will be better catered for than going to 37. So this is the objective, or one of the objectives of this year's puppy appeal.
Great.
So the number to reach is 0244 541464. And we are doing a lot of things. You said to wrap up, I don't know whether your time
is up.
That would be too bad because we need to talk about a few things. For example, how we are trying to improve upon the lives of our members. About 2 years ago, we bought some buses, mini buses.
Okay, I saw them.
Exactly.
And the hairs too.
Exactly so. If you are a veteran and you produce your ID card, every veteran was issued with an ID card.
Right.
If you produce your ID card at the point of boarding the bus from one location to the other, you are expected to pay 50% of the fare.
Wow, that's great news.
Yes, you are expected to pay just 50% of the fare. We are trying to. There is always this problem of pensions being delayed and all that, especially widows' pension and all that. We are trying to digitize everything. Whereas that it is the manual nature of the work that causes the delay, the unnecessary delay. So we are trying to digitize it so that will hasten the process of getting them their pension.
Thank you. And I've seen that Captain has also painted the office very nicely and added one or two things. Captain, you're doing very well. Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Any closing thoughts in 30 seconds? That's your camera.
I will appeal to all Ghanaians to try as much as possible